Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, there is so much wrongdoing in the name of spirituality, but you won't see it because you are not there yet. You haven't seen the truth of who you are. You haven't seen the nature of the consciousness as you. When the plain sight truth is missing, we don't see the manipulation that is happening in the spiritual practice, in the spiritual path. You don't see the wrongdoing. So when you don't see the wrongdoing, what's happening is you're following the path. And you end up following the spiritual path because your life is full of struggle. Your life is full of fear. And when the fear is there, when the struggle is there, every human being wants to overcome the fear. Everybody wants to live, with ease. The struggle is there, and then the calling is there. And we see spirituality in the world selling freedom. When we see the idea of freedom, we naturally align with it. So we give in to try. Trying is good. That's how we know things. But in that trial, gotta be aware. Otherwise, just following the crowd end up becoming that. And most of the crowd is in deep sleep. And in the first place, waking up to the truth is not the collective consciousness, collective work. It's individual, it's a lonely, it's inward, and it's a backward. What we see in the world is collective spirituality. And definitely some people are seeing the positive change from being part of the spiritual movement. Your life is getting better on the surface, little. But your life is not free from the fear yet. You know that. And when you see some changes happening as a positivity, you see the positive changes, then you start to ingrain in that practice. And you end up becoming the preacher of the practice. Before you are following, you're practicing, you see the changes. Now you want to do that. You want to make that as a career, isn't it? And some of you are the preacher of spirituality. But here's the question. If you're preaching the spirituality, is your life free from the fear? Have you seen the unchanging truth yet? If you're missing the truth, if your life is full of fear, you're missing out. Missing out the unchanging truth, the absolute truth. You're missing out to see the nature of the consciousness. And when you are missing the truth and you're preaching spirituality, now you do the math. You are half-cooked and you're preaching half-cooked stuff, hoping your actions and perception is going to help you get there. Instead of preaching, you should be investigating yourself first thoroughly until you see the truth of who you are. Then after that, yes, You could, but before awakening to the truth and teaching about spirituality, it's just a make-believe. You're adding more ideas in your head, and you're adding more ideas in the people who are seeking freedom. You're limiting yourself, and you're also limiting others in a way that everybody is digging the hole to put themselves in and looking for the light. The deeper you dig the hole, the darker it gets. The light becomes smaller and smaller. Eventually, the light fades out. That's what's happening. And isn't that the wrongdoing? Isn't that the manipulation? Especially when the money starts to come in through the spiritual work, the ego can do crazy shit. And that itself shows we have forgotten the real reference of the spiritual practice, which is about dissolving the ego, not becoming more stubborn in the ego self. So, again, the real freedom is about dissolving the ego. If you are in a verse to take spirituality as a career, think really hard. Don't create a make-believe and move with that and hope things will happen. It won't happen. So the problem is already there in the world in the name of the spirituality. Don't add more problems in the world. When the problem starts to build up, the world is becoming that. And how to make oneself free from the problem, and how to be the light in the world. It's a little equation we got to do. So first, don't even worry about teaching the world. If you're really sincere about spiritual freedom, you must work on yourself. Work on yourself in dissolving the mind. Dissolving the mind is the way to rest in consciousness. Dissolving the mind is to get rest in emptiness and consciousness. The nature of the consciousness is empty, and you are that. So how to get there? That's the question you should be asking. How do I get to see who truly me? How to get there? Who am I really? What's the process? You already know that you are consciousness, you are truth. That's just the meaning though right now. It's just a meaning because your mental struggle is still there. Your mental fear is still there. A lot of conflict, a lot of drama, a lot of struggle is still there. That's when your struggle is there, the idea I am that. I am consciousness. I am truth. I am freedom. I am God even. It's just a meaning. And meaning is not freedom. Consciousness, truth exists. And to rest in that, we have to let go what we have become. We have to let go our identification. We have to detach. How to get to see our true face which is not a physical face. How to see that is by dismantling. Dismantling is a straightforward, non-confusing approach to get there. So, here's a direct question for you to dismantle your mind today. You are being part of spirituality. You follow certain things in spirituality. You have the routine. You can't skip your routine. It's a must for you. It provides you the sense of belonging. You feel that, repeating certain routine, you feel anchor. You feel energized. You feel all those things. But ask yourself, why am I aligned to the spiritual path? Why am I aligned to spiritual path? That's it. Just sit with it. Let this question be the background. You know that you are a spiritual seeker. You are seeking the truth. You ask yourself why you're aligned with the spirituality. The reason I'm asking you to ask yourself this question is because this will help you to trace the mind backward to figure out the root cause of your seeking, the root cause of seeking or aligning to spiritual path. And if you dismantle your root, then you'll start to see fear. And if you dismantle the fear, and that's the way to go to the no mind. This is just the one aspect of your life. Pretty much you have to do this, all the aspects of your life, especially where you're heavily ingrained in. Those are the stuff that you need to investigate. Where you are mentally ingrained, when you are emotionally ingrained in different aspects of your life, when you investigate and when you are thorough, that thoroughness is a way to prepare yourself, is the way to turn your face towards the truth. We got to do a lot of work. But today, you ask yourself, why am I aligned with the spiritual path? Just sit. Let the answer resurface in you for the reasons, allow the reasons to resurface in you for being part of the spiritual path. No doubt, spiritual path is a good start to figure out the truth, to figure out the true freedom, figure out the real you. It's a good start. The good intent is there. But right now we are lost in the spirituality. We started spirituality with struggle. Now, after being part of the spiritual path long enough, now we have become a righteous. Without seeing the truth, we have become righteous. Now that righteousness is what? We are fighting with ourselves and fighting with the world with the meaning of spirituality. So there was a struggle before spirituality. Now we have refined struggle. And now we're fighting for that meaning. If you're fighting for the meaning, your ego is getting more stubborn, and that is actually a sign of forgetting the real reference of the spirituality, which is, again, dissolving the ego. So, to drop the ego, sit with the inquiry. Inquiry is the direct, straightforward way to figure out the true self, figure out the truth, plain sight truth. So, again, ask yourself, why am I being part of the spiritual path? Or why do I align with the spiritual path? Just sit with it, let the reasons resurface in the mind, and every answer you see you use that answer to question yourself again. Why is that important? So basically, whatever answer you see, why is that important? Or why do I have this answer? Why do I have this answer in me? This why is going to take you all the way to your belief system, and you have to let go of the belief. That's where the fear starts to resurface, and you have dismantled the fear, and you got to go all the way back until the no mind is left. So this is the way to create a good foundation to wake up to the plain sight truth as consciousness. Okay, so think about it. Don't get manipulated by the spiritual movement, or don't manipulate others with the spiritual meanings, ideas. The main reason for being part of the spirituality is to be free and freeing others with the right reference. That reference should come from seeing the truth. When the truth is missing and preaching, it's just the ego playing the role, and it doesn't help you and help others to wake up from the false. Okay, anyway, that's all in this video. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.